Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CAP Social Network, also known as Capri Social Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, how many
Artlist.io.
times have you been out and about, whether it may be either at the grocery store, at a restaurant, the gas station, the mall, or whatnot, only to spot a couple? Yes, a couple, but not your average or normal couple, but usually a step
Music licensing
a stud,
reimagined.
usually as in a lesbian that's trying to be just like a dude when a kid, right, and right beside her a heterosexual feminine woman. And the reason I'm saying this is because on behalf of studs, how stud slash lesbians are going as far as taking on the role of
Artlist.io.
being step parents. And in some instances, some of those women that are usually that way to take on that lifestyle to become a stud slash lesbian usually are able to get some of the baddest black women. And this is on behalf of
Music
black
licensing
lesbian couples.
reimagined.
Because fellas, how many times have you tried to approach certain sisters? I mean, fine as all outdoors, fine as hell, with nice shapes, whether it may be a nice set of breasts or a nice booty, a nice big fat juicy booty. On top of that, when a cute face, only for her to turn you down. And then,
Artlist.io.
in addition to cross paths with her again later on down the road, only to see her out and about somewhere when another female, her kid, or in most cases kids, and that other female, she is usually went to be
Music
a woman
licensing
that's
reimagined.
trying to play the role of a dude. In other words, a woman that's a lesbian stud or a stud lesbian, however you like to say it, and taking on a role of being the quote unquote stepfather to her kids. The same as that woman that rejected you and may not even like men anymore due to her fair relationships when she was with the daddies of her kids. The same types of women who claim to not like men, which makes it so ironic, only to settle for other women who try to look just like men and take on the exact role of trying to be whatever it takes of being a man. Although they'll never fully experience in my or know what it would be like in my personal honest opinion, they'll completely experience what it's like to be a man. Let me rephrase that, a man, for on behalf of all a lot of these women that are butches, some call them butches, or and so like some of the elderly people say bull daggers, dykes. Those are all three that I just mentioned are other synonyms on behalf of women that are lesbians, but not your average kind of lesbian that not only likes woman, where women, let me rephrase that once again, and I do apologize for stumbling across my words, which I have a habit of doing sometimes. But these types of women want to act just like men, although they could never ever prevent from coming on a menstrual cycle, a period, no matter how hard they try to be or either be or act, or no matter how masculine they may try to be. They will always have to deal with those symptoms of what it's still like being a woman. These are the same exact women, these stud lesbians that you see when all the way feminine women in relationships with all the way feminine women, and in some cases, some of the baddest women, some of the most gorgeous black women. These are the same exact women. Anytime they may have sex with these feminine women who they're in relationships with, and feminine women that have kids, usually by an actual man that you like, when they become intimate with these women that already have kids by men, they like to use dildos, used to like to use strap-ons, when it'll never, on behalf of all these women, all these so-called feminine women who may have babies by men, only for things to go left and a man to abandon them, or men to abandon them usually, and in the process, them turning lesbian, turning gay. It's nothing like being able to experience the same exact the actual thing of being able to get the actual experience of what it's like to be able to have a man insert his you know what inside of you. Or for some of you who may want me to come out and say the actual word, insert his penis inside of you. Instead of being when a woman using a dildo or strap on you and acting like that's just as good as a man inserting his penis in you, that's still not the same exact experience. Anyway, and for more elaboration, I'm going to show some clips, two on behalf of two actual heterosexual men, giving their comedic take on how women that are status, you can also call them women that, in other words, that are usually lesbians, stud lesbians, that still take on the roles of being quote unquote stepfathers, for lack of better word, status. Anyway, and once again, I'm going to show you two clips via TikTok on behalf of two, once again, heterosexual men giving their comedic perspective and take on how women of that nature usually make some of the best, quote unquote, stepdaddies, also step parents. After that, I'm going to show you two more clips on behalf of two other women, two women that are actual studs, black women at that, giving their perspective on step parenting or being a quote unquote stepdaddy, or for lack of better words, once again, a statty. Without further ado, here are the clips, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, this is a public service announcement, but it's strictly for the studs out there. So if you're not a stud and you drop a comment, please don't be negative. Like, some people really need help. It is hard for us trying to be stud daddies. You know what I'm saying? So we meet these women that have kids and we tell ourselves we not having kids, ain't nothing coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am sorry again on behalf of me saying I had planned on showing two different heterosexual men. And it's obvious in this clip, this is not a man by a long shot, but a stud trying to portray the role of what it's like being a man. Once again, this just goes to show you, and like I stated earlier in the video, how no matter how masculine some of these masculine, let me rephrase that, some of these females may like to know what it's like to take on a role of being masculine, because some of them are just as hard as some of us dudes are harder or more masculine than the average dude. It's told weapons more than the average dude, are more hood and more gangster than the average dude, hood dude that is. They would never ever know completely what it's like to be a man. And like I also stated earlier in the video, due to them having to still experience the symptoms of having to be on a premenstrual cycle, even if they may not like being a female anymore. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I would just start out showing two clips. In the first two clips, this one being one of two different butch lesbians giving their perspective and their take on what it's like being a step parent or quote unquote stepdaddy to kids from a previous relationship.
Coming out of our little hole, and we decided to meet these women and say, well, I'm gonna help them raise their kids. Now, I appreciate anybody who does it because it's a hard job. Even straight people, if you are a stepmother or a stepfather, I appreciate you 100% because everybody needs love, right? And it's not easy taking care of a child that you didn't bring into this world. But when you really love the partner, you love the kids, everything is good, right? So I met this girl back in high school and she got pregnant really young. Not to put her business out there, but it is what it is. She got pregnant when she was really young and she had old boy when she was 16. Now, she didn't know nothing about being a mom. Who want to be a mom at 16? See, back then it wasn't MTV 16 and pregnant. You know what I mean? But we dealt with it real life, right? So all of her friends came around and said, we're going to help you with this baby, bro. We didn't know what the hell we were doing, but we stepped up. Now, me, I stepped up the most. I stayed in the boy's life probably till he was about 16 years old from the time he flew up out his mama, right? Dad had issues. Dad went to prison. It was Shorty trying to hold it down. I babysat him a few times so she could go to the club. Because, when you're young, you still want to go to the club. So I babysat him a few times. Fell in love with him instantly. I basically was telling people he was my son. We kind of looked alike. He started to act like me. She hated that part. But he picked up my characteristics. It's not that serious. He picked up my traits and really started acting like me. Like, it's amazing that the boy didn't come out my body, but he kind of started acting like me a little bit. Started talking like me. We were like this, inseparable, right? By the time he turned 15, 16, tried to show up for his little friends and stuff, he wanted to start disrespecting me, act like I ain't nothing. Like, boy, I was helping buy you sneakers and clothes. Boy, now, I ain't trying to throw it up in his face, but it's like I stepped up and did things I didn't have to do. Me and his mama was never together. It ain't like she was my girl. I wanted no parts of that woman. I just liked him. I wanted to be around him, right? But when he turned 16, Shorty was feeling himself. And he really started coming at me. And it's like, how do you so this is what the real video is about. How do you discipline someone's child that's not your child, right? Like, because I wanted to put hands and feet all over his face, but I can't. And I ain't trying to go to jail like his daddy did. So I don't really know how to do that. And then kids are entitled. They think you're supposed to buy them a PS5. You're supposed to get them a car when they turn 16. Bruh, my mama wouldn't even let me drive her car. So when she was asleep one night, I stole it. I just helped myself to her keys. Like, so these kids nowadays are privileged. And being a stud stepdaddy or a steady stup, I don't know the word. Not trying to make up a new one. You know what I mean? It's hard out here for us because we get no respect. We step up and do things that they own daddies won't do. And they just hate us the most. And I don't even got the pleasure of being with his mama like that. There ain't no perks to this thing. I need help. Drop a comment if you've been through this. It ain't right. All right, this is a public service announcement, but it's strictly for the studs. All right, this is a public service announcement, but it's strictly for the studs.
Serious question though. Why y'all bitches wait till y'all 4, 5 kids in and like 3, 4 baby daddies to want to get a girlfriend? Bitch, don't settle down this way. Bitch, I am not no stepdaddy, bitch.
Lie. Studs be the best stepdaddies in the world. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Cause y'all get these girls who done had 3, 4 kids, you know what I'm saying? They live their lives before y'all. They get to y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all fall in love. Y'all move in together, and then y'all start taking care of business like real niggas. Y'all start getting these kids, raising them, you know what I'm saying? They come home from school, study. Y'all be the best step studies in the world. I ain't gonna lie, like y'all real life holding down, bro. I respect y'all for that.
As step stud though. She probably a good and like bomb all matching Jordans and shit. But studs be like great ass dad. I ain't gonna lie, like speaking about them Jordans, I kinda wish I had a stud as a daddy. Like every stud, I ain't gonna lie, bro, every stud that I know, like, hey,
Them studs be turning up, bro.
Bro,
They
I
do
swear
have
to
a-
God, they do that daddy shit, bro. Bro, I'm not lying to you, bro. Like, I'm talking about the street studs, bro. They be taking care of them kids, bro.
nah. The street ones
Them
definitely
street studs
do.
be, I'm trying
Yeah.
to tell you, bro. Find them a bitch with some kids. They gonna make it happen.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to first and foremost like the video, share it, comment on it to give me both your take and perspective on this topic. Last but not least, subscribe to the channel. On behalf of all my brand new followers that may have just came across my channel, make sure you like the video, you share it, you comment on it, and give me your take on this particular topic. Last but not least, subscribe to the channel. And to all my newbies, aka brand new followers, when you do choose to subscribe to my channel by clicking the notification bell to be notified of all of my upcoming videos, make sure you strictly choose to be notified of all of my upcoming videos. Don't pick the non-notification, no personalized notification. Instead, pick strictly the all notification bell. Until next time, you guys have a blessed day.